Alright, I'll get straight to the point here, as I usually do, just don't mind the last video.
And this face LOL a necessary.
You don't have headless LOL.
PLS U, PLS donate.
You.
Okay, so first up we have Buildy4. It's usually the go-to plugin for creating different style grass. If you've never seen it, well, go play different. Let's open up the plugin and check out what's inside. So we can see a bunch of different options. For now, we'll just use the path tool to create the hills. Before I do that, I will set my move snap to 0.5. So insert the part and size it however tall you want, though make sure the width is set to 1 or 1.5 studs. The 0.5 stud snap is important for later. So let's start by laying out how we want it to look. Once you're done, select everything and set its material and color to what you want if you haven't already. For what we will be doing now, we will need this bonus plugin called F3X, which you've probably heard of before. So duplicate everything, move it up after making sure the move snap is something like 0.5 studs. Move it up so the bottom of the duplicated parts touches the lower parts, and then open up the plugin. On the right side you will notice a bar of tools. Select the scale tool, look on the left side and make sure the direction is set to normal and the increment is 1. Then scale the parts from top to bottom so the height is only like 0.5 studs. This will be the grass, so make it look however you like it. In my opinion, this plugin is overrated into oblivion, because you can do the same stuff just a lot faster with the default studio shortcuts, though it has some nice features like this that don't exist outside this plugin. So let's open up Buildy4 again. Select the terrain tool and click on one of the grass parts. You'll see that a part appears with the resize and rotate tool. On bottom left, change the rotate increment to 30 degrees or whatever you think would be nice, and then rotate the part down. Repeat this for all of the grass parts. This will be your grass. You'll notice that there's a gap between the grasses. We can fix that with resize align. There are a bunch of options, but you'll use the default ones. Go to a gap and click on each side. You'll see that each end comes together. Now repeat this on all of the gaps. But you'll sometimes notice that the gaps are looking awkward, as in they don't look smooth. So if you've already resized aligned all of the gaps, change the resize method to inner touch, and click on the edges where the goofiness is most noticeable. You'll see that it makes a perfect gap. Now once we have the gap, we have to fill the gap, and the gap can be filled using gap fill. Open up the plugin. I suggest you put the part thickness to plate. Now connect each edge of each part together, and once again repeat this process if you wish. The only major downside which discourages me from using this method is the insane amount of parts it generates, thus making everything a lot laggier. So I usually just use the resize align when I have to do this. Gap fill only on situations when there's no other option. I think that this grassland is missing something. But what? I think an arch is exactly what we need here. Let's insert a part, size the height, and then duplicate the part once you're happy. Put the new part on top of the old one and vertically size it smaller. Open up the Archimedes plugin. Now you'll see that a part seemingly attached to the base part is the next part which will be rendered, though we don't want it to look like that. On top left, there are 6 options of directions. Play around with those until you find the correct direction. If you don't, try to rotate the part around until it's correct, or in the control section change the alignment. Then, let's spawn the parts by clicking render. If you want the full circle for some reason, click render all, and then, well, finish the arch. I wanna see how this looks in game though.
2,000 years later.
It's too small for my character. While I was making the arch, I should have just put the character down for scale, which I can do with the load character plugin. I think it's more convenient than just typing in dummy into the toolbox since it just 3 clicks to insert. If you have any other plugin suggestions, feel free to drop them below. I may make a part 2 here. I suggest you check out my previous video in which you'll learn something that you've probably never consciously thought about. So see you there.